Faith is what is required for you to step into the unknown so you can change your circumstances. What you repeat to yourself, what you say to yourself over and over, eventually you will believe it. Welcome to step 2 of the Rich Mindset series. Faith. Faith is the visualization of and belief in the attainment of desire. The second step toward riches. As I said in previous episode, thoughts are things. Faith is the emotion that goes with the thought. Napoleon Hill writes that there are 3 major positive emotions: faith, love, and sex. Step 2 focuses on faith. Applying positive emotion of faith to a thought causes it to be more entrenched in our minds, which energizes it into the physical equivalent. In other words, it gives it life. Faith is what is required for you to step into the unknown so you can change your circumstance. So let's be real. When you gave your definite statement of what you truly desire, there's a part of you that question whether you can really ever attain it. There's a part of you don't really even have an idea how you're going to attain it. The how is the unknown. And what is required of you is to have faith in that of which you desire. And Napoleon does more than just speak of having faith. He actually gives instructions on how you can develop faith. And it comes down to one simple thing: self-suggestion, what he called auto-suggestion. Repeated positive affirmation of what it is you want to accomplish. Because as Napoleon writes, it is a well-known fact that comes, finally, to believe whatever one repeats to oneself, whether the statement be true or false. What you repeat to yourself, what you say to yourself over and over, eventually you will believe it, whether its origin was truthful or not. By doing so, you're inducing your subconscious to believe that of which you say repeatedly, which is exactly why in step 1, it's not sufficient to write it out. It is required for you to say it to yourself out loud, because by saying it to yourself out loud, it goes directly to your subconscious. It is your self-suggestion to your subconscious of creating a belief, the belief that you will attain that of which you desire. So the way the cycle works is you have your thought, your statement of desire. You create your positive emotion that comes with that, faith. You develop an action plan, and then it leads to a physical manifestation. As Napoleon Hill writes, thoughts that are mixed with any of the feelings of emotion constitute a magnetic force which attracts other similar and related thoughts. And what he means by this is once you have that emotion of faith to now attach to your thought, your definite desire, your mind becomes fertile with other thoughts related to accomplishing that of which you truly desire. It's as if it feeds upon itself. It's nurturing. It's as if you planted the seed. The thought, your idea was the seed that was planted. The faith, the emotion that comes with that, right? Waters it. Waters that seed. Nurtures that seed so it grows. And other similar thoughts will come as you water that seed. As you water your subconscious by repeatedly, with positive affirmations, you repeat that of which you truly desire. You continue to speak only positive affirmations to yourself. When negative thoughts come, get rid of them. When negative people come, get rid of them. Let no one, whether internally or externally, cause you to detour from your mission. He writes, he puts it perfectly. Faith is the eternal elixir that gives power and action to the impulse of thought. Faith leads to action. It's the emotion. It's the thought that leads to the emotion, which is faith, which leads to the action. And it's the action that will create the physical transmutation of that of which you desire. Remember what I said in step 1. It's not important to figure out the how. It's you deciding as to what. What is it that you desire? That is why, because once you decided that of which you desire and you then implement the daily, twice a day, repeating it out loud, looking yourself, you create an environment where, and remember what I said, very important, very, very important. When you say your statement out loud, envision yourself, see yourself already there. And why is that important? Because when you see yourself already there, feel what it's like to be the millionaire you want to be. If that is what your financial goal is. But whatever it is, feel what it's like. What does that life feel like? What does that life look like? Because when you feel it and you see it and you imagine it, that's where the feelings are now attached to faith. That is what the elixir is. That's why it's important when you speak to your subconscious by saying it out loud. But it's also important to envision yourself there already. As we said in step 1, and Mr. Barnes got off the train, right? He had the mind of a king, the appearance of something other than a king, but the mind of a king, because he already has seen himself as Mr. Edison's business associate. Hadn't happened yet. He hadn't figured out how it was going to happen, but he envisioned himself already there. So he walked that way. He thought that way. And when the opportunity finally presented itself, he had the mindset. He was in a frame of mind to see and seize on that opportunity. There's a saying, where there's a will, there's a way. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Your will, your desire to accomplish or to attain that of which you desire creates within you this faith, this feeling, this emotion that is so magnetic that it causes you to act. And is that action that will ultimately lead to you attaining that of which you desire. I end with what Mr. Hill wrote at the end of the chapter. Riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. Your amount of riches is limited only by you. Let me say that again to you. Your amount of riches is limited only by you. Faith removes limitation. See you next week as we get to step 3 on your road to a rich mind.